Welcome back, realvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This time we're in Toledo, Ohio, and we've got the I-75 in the background. North goes to northern Michigan, south goes to southern Florida. So we've got tons of traffic going by here. It's like 95,000 cars a day. I don't know how many lanes is that one. Like 8 lanes of traffic. Like, don't try to cross this one. You're not going to make it. Lots of traffic. Looking at this property, you don't want to live here. This is where you build a business and a shop in a high traffic retail area. We've got Benor Road is the other road behind me. That's about 15,000 cars a day going by the property. And then we've got Sutter Avenue to the whatever direction this is. There's entrance here and an entrance here and easements across this Rite Aid parking lot to this property. So you can have full on big time view with all this traffic going by and access through here to the property. Now let's jump in. Let's take a closer look at this one. So I've got this one posted on CrackSee.com. CrackSee is a really fun website for commercial properties. You can buy all kinds of commercial properties on CrackSee. You name it, commercial properties, land, buildings, apartment complexes, offices, whatever. It's posted on CrackSee.com. I like CrackSee because I get lots of leads and I get to show off lots of my properties here. I do lots of deals on CrackSee. So we've got auctions up in the left-hand corner. It says auctions, and that's where we're going today. We're going to auctions because this property is on auction. I put it on auction, and we're going to see what it goes for. So don't ask me what the price is. We're going to see what it goes for at auction. The opening bid starts at, here it is. This one here is $25,000. Remember this picture? This is the picture of it's $25,000. The title on it right now is 1 acre prime retail opportunity. High traffic count intersection. It's Benor Road, Toledo, Ohio. $25,000 starting bid. In this format, the bids usually start on Mondays and end on Wednesdays, and they give you a notice ahead of time of whatever, and it leads up to it, and eventually the auction starts. This one, the auction starts March 13th. So if you're watching this video and it ends March 15th, if you're watching this video after that, you missed it. If you're watching this video before that, thank you. Thanks for showing up and watching and listening. And the auction's live. $25,000 is a starting bid. You can bid and people bid against each other. Hopefully, if nobody shows up, I'm going to look like an idiot. You get to take this thing for next to nothing. But if multiple people show up and bid against each other, the price will go up to whatever the market thinks this thing's worth, and there's our trade. Peter is the broker on this one, Peter Schweiker, and his name, number, contact information is here. You can see it kind of, I can't reach that far, but over that side of the screen. I'll put a link in the description of this video to bring you back to this specific website, so you can click on him and you can ask him about specifics of this property, site details, zoning, who do I talk to find out if I can build XYZ that I want to build on this property, and all the local stuff. So boots on the ground, this guy will set you up. He'll answer lots of questions or get you in touch with somebody that can answer your questions. And then we've got Audrey. Audrey is the orchestrator behind the scenes at CrackSee pulling off these auctions. So if you want to bid on this auction, you got to talk to Audrey. She'll get you enrolled in the auction process. She'll walk you through it, the logistics of how to bid, where to bid, the dates. The dates are on here. And she's going to point out these things. We got like a $10,000 participation deposit required. We want real people to show up, not like computer bots and stuff. And they charge fees on here, and they want 10% down. So they want 10% down. Like if you win the bid, you're putting down 10% pretty much right away. And then we want to close within 30 days. This is a cash auction as is. You're paying for this. You've got to show Audrey that you've got liquid assets, that are able, willing, and everything to pay for this. And, normal kind of quick timelines within 30 days of the auction closing. All the paperwork and details on that are also in the due diligence section. So it says see due diligence. There's a due diligence vault, and so if you go log into that, you got to be a member of CrackSee, and you could sign up a free account. They ask for some contact information as you get in there. I'm not going to go through all the details on here. You got to go click on it to get that yourself. I'm just going to talk about the fun stuff that I care about, right? And so this particular property, I wanted to talk about, I'm going to come back to this, the void analysis of what kind of businesses go here and potential uses for the property, because that's where my passion is, and I'll share that in a sec. First, I'm going to show you the area in my data set. So let me get my bearings here. Yeah, okay, so the property is right here. So we got this bridge. This is Sutter Avenue, and we got the I-75 over here crossing the Ottawa River. And then we've got Benore Road going this way. And so to the south, we have Kroger. Kroger is a big time restaurant, or not, why am I calling Kroger a restaurant? It's a grocery store, big time grocery store that draws a lot of traffic. And then to the north, we've got Meijer, which I'll just move it a little bit so I can reach it. We've got Meijer over here to the north. And if you guys, Meijer draws a lot of people. I grew up in Michigan with Meijer, and then now I'm in California. We don't have Meijer, and I go back to Michigan, and it's like, holy cow, you can buy whatever you want at Meijer. Great prices. These shops bring in a lot of people, big stores, lots of traffic. And so I pulled up Meijer and Kroger. So those two, Meijer and Kroger, that are right next to this property is in between the Meijer and Kroger. And I'm telling you about these two because these are two traffic concentrators in the area. So we've got two retail traffic concentrators in the area that bring people from all over the area to shop at these two places. They buy their groceries, they buy their their fishing hooks or their, car tires or whatever. You can buy all kinds of stuff at those stores. Kroger, it's more of like, what you're going to make for dinner. But Meijer, it's what you're going to make for dinner and how you're going to be entertained this weekend. You get all of it in the same stop. So we've got Kroger, 925,000 visitors. I should blow these numbers up so you can see them. Sorry, you're just going to take my word for it. But 925,000 visitors a year go to that Kroger, that specific Kroger, measured by everyone carrying their cell phones around, right? And so here you've got 1.7 million people going to that Meijer. That's a lot of people. And so I was looking at the let's go to the visitor journey. Is it the same people? That's what I was asking. Are they going to Kroger to buy some groceries? Are they going to Meijer to buy other groceries? And a little bit of it is. So on Kroger, some people 2.6% of the people are coming from Meijer to go to Kroger, and 1.5% of the people are going from Kroger to go to Meijer. So like 98% of those people are not shopping at least at the same time at the same stores. That's that's a lot of traffic. Where'd those numbers go? That's like it's like 2.7 or 2.6 million people visiting those things a year, whatever that is, a month or a day, or like that's a mind-boggling number of people that are. I'm not saying they're going on this specific street in front of the shop, but I bet you a lot of them are, and a lot of them are moving around through this area. And that's a customer pool that you can sell stuff to from this property. If you've got the right trap, if you've got the right business model, if you've got the right presentation to put on this property to sell these people stuff, there's money to be made there. What is that right one? Let's get into that. So in the meantime, looking at this area, there's a Chipotle right here. This is one of the newest ones that just went in. Let's talk about, there's a couple new ones that just went in. There's a new car wash that just went in. There's a new O'Reilly's that just went in right here. So the properties here, O'Reilly's Auto Parts just went in here, and they paid $350,000 for their lot, and they just opened last year. Like they just opened, and the lot is like a little bit smaller than ours. And, like usable space and parking and all those kinds of criteria and whatever. But they paid $350,000 for their lot. The opening bid on this one is $25,000. If you see the differential here, maybe you could connect the dots. Okay, so we're back to this. So that brand new O'Reilly's opened right here, but I don't have the traffic on it yet. It's not like into the traffic systems. Chipotle is brand new. I couldn't figure out what Chipotle paid. Maybe I'm not the quickest or sharpest tool in the shed, but maybe you guys are better. If you figure out what Chipotle paid for their property, the land, that would be nice. Can you throw it in the comments of this video? That would be neat. And then the source where you got it. So I pulled up Chipotle. So this is brand new, right? This is the traffic. The traffic starts, to get my bald head out of the way, in October. So the just barely starts in October, and then November, shoop, like must be grand opening, right? So grand opening of this thing just happened in November. This is brand new Chipotle up the street from this property. So scratch Chipotle off the list. You don't want to do another Chipotle because they just built one. So if we go back to the auction, we've got the void analysis. Let's go into the void analysis. And so this is in the data vault of the information on CrackSee. So go to the data vault and you can look at this thing and see if I can make it bigger, blow it up. So the void analysis, we've got the specific property, and this is measuring the traffic and all people coming and goings from all these different shops in the area with their demographics and their trade, what they usually buy stuff from and go to with these demographics and these house prices and these all those numbers combined, right, into amalgamation of information to come up with what belongs here. And so some of the stuff that started coming out is like Fazoli's. You could put a A&W, like A&W. Let's use A&W because A&W is from like Detroit, I think. This is a good crowd to put an A&W in. It says put an A&W here. We got 20 of them in the state out of 495 of them in the U.S. And nationally, I guess they're shrinking a hair. But their fit with like demographic, their score fit with all the numbers, 93%. It's a really good score. And so I got this list in here, and you can go through and you could look at lots and lots and lots and lots of different names, what their score is. And okay, so let's go see let's see if I've got A&W in here. So I've got the list. I hand chose some of them. I didn't put them all in here, but there's a lot of them in here, and you can go look at the different names and how they fit. And let's see if I can find the A&W. Here we go. Here's A&W. Okay. So A&W is in there. And so let's blow this up again. So here's the report. Maybe it's a little too big. There we go. A&W for this property. So A&W goes here. The software says A&W goes here. It looks like the footprint could fit an A&W with the basic calculations that the software is coming up with. I mean, you need to get an architect and A&W footprints and see if you can blend them together and make it all work, right? But theoretically, nearest location 16 miles away. Cannibalization, we would steal some customers from other A&Ws, but this is Toledo, and A&W is from like Detroit. This is A&W land. Though they usually get about 5,000 visitors a month. They're saying there's 20 of them in the state, the expansion rates and stuff. So here, look at this was fun. The population density of the average drive time is, this one's on average drive time. The average drive time of customers going to A&Ws across the country, and taking that average drive time out around this property, we get a population of people that we could sell our A&W wares to. And in this case, it's 541,000, almost 542,000 people, an average number per whatever. And the regular, the top 25 performing A&Ws, not just all of them, but the top ones, they usually have a population density of 129,000. So we've got 541. Their best ones have 129,000. You can go through these kinds of numbers and all these different names that I put in there. But you could go call up A&W and say, hey, I got a location for you. Look at this, and send them this report. Here you go, A&W. Let's sign a lease. You guys should go here. You should pay me rent for the rest of forever, and I'll build it for you, or you build it, or whatever kind of deal you can hash out. And go into their statistics, and here's a map. Like, here's your A&Ws. The other A&W in town is over here. They're getting some traffic from our area. Detroit's got a whole bunch of A&Ws, but there isn't one right here. Why not? That's what this is pointing out. There's your opportunity. You could take a property like this, go talk A&W into it, or someone like A&W, and lease it to them for the rest of forever, or sell it to them, or build them a shop, or if you like to run A&Ws, build one and run it yourself. and the statistics and everything else. So there's an example of one of the kinds of businesses that goes on this property. And then we've got lists and lists of other examples that you can use on this property. And please go do your own due diligence. Don't just take Luke Smith, my word for it. There's a lot of moving parts to pull one of these off. But the opportunity's there and the property's being served up. So take a look at it and see if you can figure it out. And if you want to figure it out and bid on it, couple phone numbers here to go ask these guys questions and making it happen. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. See you in the next one.